Right, this devil was speaking to our Lord like that, man. Thinking that he had power to put Yahawashi to death. Go ahead.
And have power to release thee. Yahawashi answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above.
Right, so it's the same thing with us. This devil can't do nothing without the green light of the Lord, man. Alright? The power is with Yahawashi outside, not with this devil, man.
That's right.
Alright, this dude is just a tool, man. Go ahead.
It says, Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee have the greater sin.
Right, our people, man. Our whack-ass people. This is just up to Mac. What you got right there?
I got Psalms 34.
Oh, okay.
This is Psalms chapter 34, verse 17. It says, The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles.
Right, the righteous cry, man. How we cry? Through our prayers, man. Us out here is a form of us crying, man. Go ahead.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken.
That's all about Yahawashi. That's it?
Yeah, I keep on going. It says, Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord redeemeth the souls of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate.
There you go, man. So it's all about trusting in the Lord, man. Like I'm gonna keep saying, it ain't time for us to be afraid, man. It's time for this devil to be afraid, man.
That's right.
We're doing the right thing, man.
That's right,
We ain't got shit to be afraid of, man.
That's right, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
We've been scared 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, man. We've been getting our ass whooped.
motherfucking man.
Yeah, man.
You go to work and then you have to act like you have to do certain things so you don't get fired and shit and all these different things. Fuck that. But you do have to do that so you can continue to provide. Yeah. Right. In the back of your mind, you like, shit, watch, motherfucker. Watch. Yeah. Watch when the Lord lifts us up. That's it, man. Yeah, man.
That's another part of the movie, man. Certain brothers gonna get power, man.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
Lord gonna lift up a standard, man. You know? The Lord gonna do a lot of things, man, these last days, man. We talking about the Lord. The Lord split the sea, man. Come on, man. Nobody was expecting that, man.
Nope. Yeah, we ain't seen Mosai really showing his power
Yeah,
like
man.
that. Mosai still got a head. You know, you can see it spiritually, really, but it's gonna be everybody gonna be able to see it.
Yeah, man. The Lord's
It's gonna be, you know, miracles.
We're gonna do mighty things out here, man. We can't really even think about all that, man. Let it happen how it happens. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Right.
And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And
That's what it's all going to be, a trial, man.
Right.
The last trial of our faith, man.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's what we got to focus on, passing, keeping the faith.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, bro, I just consider, if I may, bro, I consider that Yahawashi got tortured.
Yeah, man.
I just considered that right now. He was tortured.
Yeah, it was torture. He was embarrassed, smacked, spit on. You know, hey, and the servant ain't greater than his master, man. So you gotta expect the same thing. Motherfuckers that whoop your ass, spit on you, call you all type of shit, lie on you. It's gonna happen, man. But it's cool, man. This is what it takes to get to the other side. I'm with it, man. I'm just trying to get to the other side, man. Fuck this place, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but so fuck fear, man. Fear Yahweh outside, man. Go ahead, go to that. You got more? Go ahead.
no, it's cool. I go through it.
Yeah, I just want to get it because we ain't dealing with that much time no more.
Yeah, I got it.
It's 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 8. In 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance.
Go up, Bob, go up.
Yep. 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse.
The danger set before it?
Yep. This is 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 7. It says 7:6. It says there is also another thing. A city is building and set upon a broad field.
Y'all brothers know what that city that the scriptures is referring to? That's building? Yeah, the kingdom, bro. Yep.
Right up. It says there is also another thing. A city is building and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The interest thereof.
Right, the scriptures say that dang, how's it go, man? The pledges of the Lord's right hand.
Yeah, evermore.
Evermore. Yep, yep. So full of all good things.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
That's that straight gate, man. Y'all brothers know what the word straight means?
Narrow, the straight gate.
Yep, but it also means a position of difficulty. That's why this walk is such a difficult walk.
Yeah,
but
on either side is water and fire. Right.
Yeah, but the scriptures say through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a bumpy ride, but like what do I always say? We on our roller coaster. We going through the up and the downs. Fuck it.
That's what I pray over.
Yeah. What's your question, Doc?
It's a serious one. How do you know? I mean, it's been bothering me, man. How do you know if you really have faith? You know, sometimes people go through the motions and stuff like that. Because I fear. You know what I'm saying? I have fear. You know, I'm not doing that much. But I just want to know, how do you know when you have faith?
Bro, I think you're overthinking it, Doc. Look where you at, bro.
Oh,
You got faith, bro. You believe in the Lord, right? There you go.
My works, Doc. My works.
Yeah, man.
There you go. Yep, you standing right there. Remember the scripture say that if you have faith that of a mustard seed, and then a mustard seed becomes one of them, it's the smallest seed, but then it becomes one of the most biggest trees. So it starts off small and it graduates. So you just standing right there, you're a witness of standing right there in itself that you have a sense of faith.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, you have faith, bro. Don't question that. Don't question your faith now, man. Damn.
You know, beginning stages. The beginning stages, you have all type of crazy ass, weird ass thoughts. But then you have the brethren that's been around a little longer, the apostle, the great. Starting with the apostle, they show you, like, look, nah, you know, you're overthinking this, over that, whatever. Yeah. You know? But it says, as if it were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. And the only in one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Meaning you gotta work out your own salvation. Everybody has to do their own thing.
Right.
Everybody has their own journey, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance,
Right, we joint heirs, right? Go ahead.
if he never shall pass the danger set before it.
Right, if you've never gone through the straight gate, that position of difficulty, all the hell that we gotta go through, and what's to come, all right, to get to that beautiful city. Go ahead.
How shall he receive this inheritance?
Right, you're not. You're not gonna receive it. So we have to. It's a must that we go through these things to get to the other side, man. And like I said, if that's what it is, that's what it is, man. Just like YAHAWASHI. Give me 1 Peter, the first chapter, like verse 11. 1 Peter, first chapter, verse 11. Around there, you know, where it speaks about the sufferings of YAHAWASHI. You know, because this is what YAHAWASHI understood. He understood that he had to go through what he went through just to receive that glory. 1 Peter, the first chapter. 11.
First Peter 1:11. Search what manner of time the spirit of a Mashiach which was in them did signify when it testified beforehand the suffering of a Mashiach and the glory that should follow.
Right, the sufferings of YAHAWASHI and the glory that shall follow, man. Read it again.
Search what manner of time the spirit of a Mashiach which was in them did signify when it testified beforehand the sufferings of a Mashiach and the glory that should follow.
Right, so right now is our time to suffer, man. But the glory is going to follow, man. Just like the scriptures tell you in Romans the 8th chapter, the sufferings are not going to be worthy to be compared to the glory, man, that the Lord's going to bless us with, man.
Right.
But this is what this is the only path.
Yeah, right.
We gotta enter through the danger set before it.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Paul said it. Through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom of heaven. You know.
Right. Hey, in a way we are killed because we read Colossians the 3rd chapter. It says we're dead to this world.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I'm saying? It says when Yahawashi appear, then shall we appear with him also in glory. Because really, according to this world, we're not in the midst of, according to this world, we have no life. You know what I'm saying? We're not out, we don't do what the average person does in this world. So to this world, we're considered dead. We have no life here. But our life is hid in Yahawashi. It's hid in Yahawashi. So that's why it says when the Lord appears, we're going to appear with him. Lord willing, we be those men. It says the elect is going to appear with Yahawashi in glory.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the prophecy saying? Revelation 21. It said, "Then I seen that great city, Jerusalem, come down from heaven." Yep. We're gonna come down. We're gonna be with the Lord Yahawashi, man. Yep. And from that point forth, we will Yahawashi forever. It said they lived and reigned with Yahawashi 1,000 years. Yep. That's right. We're gonna have the whole nation in captivity. That's right. All you nations, every single nation there is going in captivity under the Israelites.
Right.
All right. And you're gonna be in the captivity for 1,000 years. That's right. 1,000-year period. It's gonna be a long, slow one.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you're gonna have 100 blinks a day.
And after the 1,000 years is up, we're gonna let you loose, go back into your land according to the prophecy. And we're gonna grab Esau ass up and we're gonna exterminate him. Right! It's gonna be a big bonfire, and it's gonna be smelling like Edomites all over the planet Earth.
Right.
Do they really believe that?
That's just annoying. Find new ways to
Oh, no, they don't believe that.
They don't believe it.
You know why they don't believe? Because down the 12th chapter say, many should be purified and made white, and the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. They're not going to understand. It ain't even meant for them to really understand. It's just they need to be told.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So you Edomites, you white people, y'all going into slavery.
That's it. That's right.
That's right.
And all my slaves, they're only gonna be able to blink 100 times a day. That's suppression for your ass. Don't use them all up.
Hey, your eyeball dry them up.
Hey, we're gonna put hell on these motherfuckers, man.
Hey, you know the flies on feed the children. They gonna just be all in
Oh shit.
Send
fly on his eyeball.
some bears after your eyes if you blink, you go over that 100 blink. You know?
Blink every fucking minute, every other fucking hour.
Go ahead.
That's crucial.
Verse 17, 15?
This is
I'll start at 15.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 14. It says, "For not as with other nations whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish till they be come to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us, lest that being come to the height of sin, afterward he should take vengeance of us, and therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us. And though he punish with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people."
Right, although the Lord punished us, to tell you that in Baruch, you know that the Lord, he didn't put us through this captivity to destroy us, man. It was just a punishment, man. Although it feels like forever, it was just a punishment, man. Go ahead.
It
Get
says,
to the point. I'm not sure. Go ahead.
"But let this that we have spoken be for a warning unto us. And now will we come to the declaring of the matter in few words. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh."
Right, so this devil was trying to have this aged man, this wise man, eat swine's flesh. It was swine's flesh in that time, but in this time it's going to be that chip.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, but choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth, and came of his own accord to the torment.
Right. Shit. Point it out.
19.
What happened?
Read it again. I'm gonna read it again. It says, but he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth, and came of his own accord to the torment.
Right. So it was like shit. He rather keep going.
It says,
I'm not sure that's the beginning, but whatever. Keep going.
as it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted, but they that had the charge of the wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, but sought him to bring flesh of his own provision. It says, such as was lawful for him to use and make as it if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king, that in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straight ways to send him to the grave. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10,
That means he was 90 years old, you know?
What
He was-
did he leave off at?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What verse did you leave out?
oh, I'm at verse 24,
All right.
going to 25.
But this is just going at, this is just another account, you know, of a courageous man, you know, not fearing the Most High above the fear of man, man.
Right.
You know, willing to die, you know, for the law of the Lord, man.
That's right.
I got a quick precept for you.
Yep.
This
So,
is
you know,
Sirach 23 and 27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord,
yeah.
and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandment of the Lord.
Right, so we're fearing the Most High rather than men, you know? Because this man's going to explain to you, man. Keep going.
It says,
It's too loud out here today, goddamn, man.
it says, we're now going to a strange religion, and so they, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to my old age.
Right,
And
because they wanted him to act as if he was going to eat it and all this other stuff. You know? He's not willing to stay in his name. He ain't willing to be a sellout, you know? He wanted to be a great example unto you know, his people. Go ahead.
and make it an abominable, for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men.
Right, here's the point, man. Though for a present time I should be delivered. Read again.
For the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men.
Right, if you yield to what Esau desires, oh, take this chip, you know, or whatever it may be. Deny YAHAWASHI, whatever it may be. Go ahead.
Yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead.
Woo! Hey, read that again, bro.
It says, yet should I not
Yeah, the whole
thing. For though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead.
Right, so we following the Lord, man, because you can't escape him. Whether you alive or dead, you ain't gonna be able to escape, you know, YAHAWASHI, man. You know, so fuck fearing man. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going.
It says, verse 27, wherefore now, manfully changing this life, I will show myself such and one as my age require, and leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly, and courageously for the honorable and holy laws.
All right, so you got to be willing to, die for this thing, man. Fuck it, It's second Maccabees, the 6th chapter. It's just one example. Go ahead.
It says, and leaving a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. That they that led him, changing the good will, they bear him a little before into hatred, because the foresaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind. But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that have the holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten, but in soul am well content to the suffering these things, because I fear him.
All right, that's the mindset you gotta have, man. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, bro.
It says,
it's a beautiful example right here that we have, man. One of many, man. Go ahead.
But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said,
with stripes, meaning they beat him, man.
Yeah.
Remember, this man is 90. He ain't got the body of a 20-year-old, man, a 30-year-old, man. But he said he was suffering that in the flesh, but in the spirit he was well content, because he feared the Most High, man. Go ahead.
It is manifest unto the Lord that have the holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten, but in soul am well content to suffering these things, because I fear him.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorable of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all of his nation.
Woo! Man, that's a great example that we have.
Creation?
All his nation.
Okay.
That's a great example that we have. Go ahead, all right?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
All right, so gold is tried in the fire, man. We're being tried, and we're going to be tried even more in these coming days, man. Gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, man. So we're trying to be acceptable, to the Lord, man. We want to be accepted, man. We want the Lord's approval, man. So we got to go through this fire, man. Yeah, it sucks at times.